you guys a little bit, I want to bring on Daniel Brafman. Daniel is a very dear friend of mine. I started working with Daniel as actually a coach for me. Daniel, I don't know if you've unmuted yourself. Are you there?
Here, yeah. Hello, everybody.
Yeah, so Daniel, he's really a specialist in kinesiology as well. I mean, his resume is incredible. Daniel was helping me. You know, I've had Lyme disease for 20 years, and he was helping me with doing, you know, with some of my structure and function issues with my body. And we became dear friends, and he was very skeptical. He's one of the smartest people I know in the wellness industry, hands down, particularly in the area of brain, gut, microbiome. He's just way ahead of the curve and probably could have written a book like Brain Maker on his own. And I wanted him to share with you his vision of why our products are so amazing. And it took him 1.5 years to really come on board. And, you know, because he just didn't understand what this business part. He loved the products, but he just wasn't sure he'd be able to do this. And Daniel, you know, please come on. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time tonight.
Well, thanks, Amy. Everybody, I'm going to really kind of focus on Probio tonight. You know, I am a full-on health missionary, and I really do make an effort to sort of see multiple dimensions of what works and what doesn't work simultaneously. And I can't think of a better way, you know, to really look at health than what this product addresses. So this is really, you know, about our gut health. And our gut is, you know, people are kind of like plants, only different. Plants, you know, they're stuck in their soil. We carry around our soil, but we still grow from our soil. We still grow from our guts. And without a healthy gut, you don't have health. And Probio is, you know, it's just so forward thinking. It's a very good general probiotic in terms of, you know, the diversity of the bacteria that are in it. But what's really important are a couple of other things besides that, because other people are selling, you know, really good probiotics, but they're not getting them delivered to where they matter. You know, you can have fertilizer, but if you keep it in the bag, it's not really going to fortify your soil. You know, and the bacteria doesn't usually survive the stomach acid. So, you know, having the Wellmune and having the, you know, the BioTrack, you know, the BioTrack makes sure that it's time released and that, you know, a high percentage of the bacteria get to where it belongs. And that really matters. And then additionally, you know, it also has the Wellmune, which also boosts the immune system. You know, 80% of your immune system is actually a healthy gut. So, you know, you really can't have health unless you have a healthy gut. So, you know, kind of, and to take another view of this, I was sharing this with Amy earlier today. You know, for those of you who are inclined to be a little metaphysical, you know, look at why we all do this business. You know, we are trying to live a better life, you know, but it's also about our personal power and self-will. And where this, you know, really focuses the health benefits. What Probio does is by, you know, creating a healthy digestive system, this is our own personal power and self-will at a, you know, a biochemical level. This is us taking responsibility for our own wellness so that, you know, when we show up as healthy as we can be, you know, you can always rest satisfied that you're just delivering your best self to everything that you do. And if you don't really address gut health, and Probio does this, I'd say 90%. The other, you know, thing that really has to be considered when you're getting these bacteria into the gut is feeding the bacteria. And we do that with the cleanse. There's a resistant starch in the cleanse. And so, you know, you're not just getting the probiotic, you're getting the prebiotic. So you're populating the gut with what, you know, will generally give a sense of wellness, and then you're feeding it. And just to sort of understand how important this really is in a general sense, you know, people like Perlmutter and Dr. Jensen and some other people who have really been leaders in the microbiome world and in the gut-brain connection talk about their version of an 80-20 rule, which is that if you have 80% of good bacteria in your gut, the 20% will be taken care of by the 80%. Unfortunately, 99% of us are walking around with an inverted ratio of good to bad bacteria. And just like a culture, you know, if you live in a place where there's more deviance, there's more bad stuff going on, just being in that space is going to keep you in a perpetual state of fear. And that's literally what happens when you don't have a healthy gut. At a cellular level, you're living in a state of fear, and that just really turns the heat up. You know, we talk about us rusting out. We talk about us always being on fire. And this is one of the main, you know, drivers of the fire in our body. Is an unhealthy gut, you know, stimulates all the autoimmune conditions that we have. It's letting things out that don't belong out. The bottom line is that, you know, if you want to be healthy, you want to bring your best self, you know, to whatever you do, you've really got to be gut-centric. As much as, you know, we love to talk about Nerf 2, you know, we'd love the Nerf 2 to be even more effective because we weren't so on fire. We'd like it to be taking care of the things we can't do anything about. And if you heal the gut, you're going to turn a lot of the source of the fire down so that you're going to be healthier with all the other products that we can bring to the party. So that's...
That is fabulous, Daniel. You're always so eloquent. And I know you talked a little bit about earlier today how even the collagen, the beauty product,
right,
is a nice component as well, that fish collagen.
Yeah, it heals the lining of the gut. So, you know, so you want to make sure that nothing's getting out that shouldn't be getting out, and you want to make sure that all of the processes inside the gut are happening. I mean, you know, we're 23,000 genes, but our gut is like 100 times more genes, and we're sharing that information with our biome. So either you've got this really West Baltimore kind of version of messaging all the time and saying, you know, really, you guys, every cell needs to be worried, or you have a really, you know, kind of a Montgomery County safe kind of place where it's like, hey, anything is possible. I get to get up and woohoo, you know, happy day. I get to have another day and another chance to play. You know, that's really the difference between a healthy gut and a not healthy gut.
Awesome. That's a good analogy. I know nobody knows Montgomery, and people from all over the world on this, but listen, thanks so much, you guys. And Sean